Hey guys, Delman here, and let's today talk about Star Citizen roles, and let's talk about trading. So, as a trader, you're gonna have to do many things. It's not just shifting cargo from A to B. You can also sell your cargo, but you're gonna have to worry about the dangers that you'll carry when trading, such as pirates, vandal, ship maintenance, all that sort of stuff. But we'll go into that in a second. Right, so let's start it up. So let's say you were going through the Star Citizen roles and you're there on the planet and you've just started up and you're thinking, what am I gonna do then with myself? What am I gonna do to make credits? Am I gonna be a passenger pilot? No, that's not for me. Or do I want to be a trader? Yeah, that looks good. I don't fancy mining too much, and I don't want to be out in deep space exploring, so trading is my cup of tea. So if that's what you're thinking, then you're in the right place. So, with trading, what it will entail is generally shifting cargo around, but how it's going to work is you will go to a place with your ship, and you'll see what cargo they have, and you'll have to then make a decision there, and then thinking, what systems are in need of what, and what's available here, and what can I make the most profit on. Now, you've got to remember to yourself that getting there in the shortest space of time is important because the value of said objects is going to be constantly fluctuating, meaning you can't just go the same route over and over again. Stuff's value, supply, demand, it's all going to change, so you're going to need to move around a lot. So it's going to be a very nomadic lifestyle. So yeah, let's have a look at how it will start. So you'll pick a ship, and I'll go into ships later, and you'll go to a station and or a factory, and you'll pick up some materials, and you'll try and get them for as cheap as possible. You'll then put them in your cargo hold. You'll have to manually put these in there. When 3.0 comes out, we're going to have more of a teleport them into the cargo hold, but there is going to be a system where you can manually move the cargo in there, because cargo will have these anti-grav plates, like these lev plates, a lot like what the Dragonfly has, but these are going to be on the cargo, the larger ones, the units themselves. And then you'll mag lock them to like the magnetic plates or whatever on your ship, and then you can take it out into the verse and take it to your destination. Now here are the dangers. One, you have got a ship that's poorly maintained, and these plates are maybe a bit on the malfunctiony side. You could literally lose cargo if it's bolted to the outside of your ship, if you're flying something like a Hull Series, if your locking mechanism is faulty, or if you're flying around and your cargo gets loose and you pull a hard maneuver, there's a chance it's going to do some serious damage to the inside of your ship. Or even worse, you're going to lose the cargo entirely, it's going to be destroyed. So let's have a look now at more other danger. You're going to have to worry about pirates. So defending yourself is important. You're going to need to think about weapons, engines, shields. Because the best way to get rid of a pirate is to just simply run away. If they can't stop you, they can't pirate you, basically. The second you hit those brakes, it's all over from there. Right, so let's move on to the next aspect. Raiders, Vandal Raiders. If you're trading and you're taking a risky route through Vandal space, maybe you want to take a shortcut through some new jump point that someone's discovered, you're going to run a serious risk of running into Vandal, who are ruthless. They're just going to kill you outright and mangle your ship up and take everything off of it, including the cargo. So Vandal are a problem. Let's move on now to another danger. Low fuel. Now traders are the ones who run out of fuel more than anybody else, because they're the ones making constant trips, not refueling at that stop to shave off, losses here and there, and try and make as much profit as possible. But sometimes it is very important to maybe lose a bit of profit if it means topping up your tank, because you know what I mean. You can always make more money with a full gas tank. You're not going to make any money sat somewhere in space waiting for rescue, who you're going to have to pay. So there is always that. Now, when you get to your destination, you can, sell your goods and stuff. Or if you have maybe a little bit on the riskier side of cargo, say something that might be illegal somewhere else, you can start thinking about smuggling. So smuggling is like trading, except, illegal. You can have all sorts of upgrades to your ships, meaning you can have stuff that will show up to a scan like as a gas tank or something, when in actuality it's a secret cargo storage unit where you can have some, you know, illicit goods. So let's say, I don't know, you have this plant in this secret cargo hold that is incredibly illegal, but you want to sell it. You're gonna have to smuggle it into somewhere if it's illegal there. And that's something you can do as a trader. Being a trader is not always about, you know, just being a giant space trucker. It's also being more like a rogue, you know. It's also like being the pilot of the Millennium Falcon. You're gonna get to do loads of crazy stuff. Like, you got smuggling and fuel transfer and all that sort of crazy stuff. And you can also start smuggling people as well. But yeah, being a trader is going to be a very fun adventure in itself, because it's going to be different every time. When you're moving cargo around, who knows what you're going to be shipping. You could be shipping hazardous materials, explosives, all sorts of craziness. Also, you can move on to other aspects of trade, such as being a merchant. You can buy stuff from here and there and gather it up, like if you had a caterpillar or a merchantman, and you can sell it right out of your ship to people. You can become a shop in space. You could land at a well-known spaceport and start selling to other players and be like, well, I got a, you know, a crate full of hand-to-hand weapons. If you're interested, you know, it'll only cost you, say, 20,000 credits. You know, you could do something like that. You could sell in bulk to people, you can do all sorts of stuff. So being a trader is a very fun role indeed. So let's talk more about the ships, and then I'll get in more detail about more of the trading mechanics. So we'll talk about ships now.
All it says is an amount of cargo, a delicate timetable, and a risky route. You know you've got 42 cubic meters to pack full of profit. We're talking pressurized and shock-resistant construction, so whatever you put in here comes out the same way. You got two Arc Duo 400 engines. Their award-winning colloid ion technology gives you maximum fuel efficiency while keeping your sig low. You come across a couple of pirates.
Freelancer, you know the drill.
But with a weapon system featuring trusted names like Bering and Kronik, you aren't too worried.
Alright, let's move on to the lower end of the spectrum here, the very beginning of your trading career. Let's start with the Aurora CL, or the Aurora Clipper. Right. Customized for mercantile and trading excursions, the Aurora Clipper is the perfect vessel for aspiring entrepreneurs and seasoned traders alike, swapping a smaller power plant and armor capabilities for an expanded cargo capacity. The Clipper ups the ante for personnel merchant craft. So yeah, this is gonna be your first step up on the ladder for, say, you know, trading and stuff. You can purchase this ship now for around £35. It's in sterling. But yeah, that's it's a nice ship. It's a good starter vessel for traders. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, if you're looking to trade, hell, maybe if you're looking to trade only in systems. Say you start out in a system where there's a couple of planets around the place, or even planetary trading from one side of the planet to the other. This could be the perfect vessel for you to, like, you know, really test your wings, or dip your feet in the pool, if you get what I mean, when it comes to trading. But yeah, that's the Aurora Clipper. It's a good starter vessel. Alright, so let's say, you know, you don't want to start out at the very bottom of the food chain when it comes to trading. You might want to start out with something that has a little bit more protection, and a little bit more firepower, and a little bit more style, and a little bit more speed. I'd recommend going for the Avenger Titan. The Avenger Titan is a light cargo hauler. It's a very good starter vessel in terms of cargo. You can have a fight here and there and still have fun with it and do other activities like maybe a bit of bounty hunting. But yeah, this is a good starter trade ship, because if you do start out trading in this thing and maybe it's not for you, you haven't exactly, you know, lost it all. you know, like on this ship. But yeah, let's hear what it says about this. So, the Avenger Titan-like cargo holder, lacking the prisoner cells of the Stalker or the EMP generator of the Warlock, the Titan's hold is free to carry cargo. Couple that with available space in the Avenger's tried and true combat abilities, you've got a light cargo holder that's more than capable of handling itself in a fight. This is the standard Avenger chassis with the Titan cargo module pre-installed. So yeah, that pretty much sums this ship up. It's gonna be easy to maintain, and you know, the upkeep is gonna be okay. So yeah, no, this is a good starter ship. It means you won't get into too much trouble with this thing. So I'd recommend it. The Avenger Titan, I think it is. Yeah, the Avenger Titan. Alright, so let's move on to another beginner trader vessel, a really good one in fact, the Reliant Core Mini Hauler. Now the reason this is above the other two on the list is because this one is a little bit more versatile, and it's generally all around a little bit better. It can hold an extra person as well, so you can have two people in this. So yeah, let's hear what it says. With the Reliant Core, MISC adds it to an already impressive lineup of ships, smaller introductory class spacecraft. Utilizing advanced Zion designs, the Reliant features broad, sleek wings, omnidirectional thrusters, and fully articulated two-seats cockpit that supports horizontal and vertical flight modes. All of this combined with a larger carrying capacity than many ships in its class to make the Core a natural choice for short-range hauling. Or, with the simple addition of a few optional extra components, this can-do ship can do anything you dream of. So that was a a mouthful. But yeah, that was pretty interesting. So yeah, no, this ship, as I would put it in more of my words, it's a good trader vessel that is a very versatile trade vessel. It's something you can use for multiple purposes, and it looks damn cool. And it can carry that extra person, which can make all the difference. You know, say if you're making a long journey from A to B, you know, a quick trade from, say, this planet to this planet, and then another couple of jumps from here to there and stop at a station for fuel. Maybe you could take up a hitchhiker or someone that wants to get from A to point like D or something, like, and you have to stop at A, B, and C along the way. This could be a good way to earn a little bit of extra money, is to take up a hitchhiker or something to take with you. So yeah, no, this is a good ship. I do like this one. Right, so if you're looking to break out into trading and you want to do it properly, you go for the Hull A. Now, the reason this is above the others is because this is going to be your very first taste of the Hull series of ships. If you enjoy the way this one flies, you enjoy its like layout, and you get a few like familiarities going with this ship, you'll enjoy the other Hull series of ships, because there'll be little things here and there that you recognize in terms of like maybe whether it be handling or interior design or the layout. So if something like a fuse goes, you'll know exactly where to go. So yeah, the Hull A is the perfect start into the Hull series of ships, and the Hull series are the best cargo ships in the game. So let's hear what it says. The smallest and most affordable hull, the Hull A is great for those striking out in the galaxy on their own. The Hull A is most similar to the Aurora and Mustang, but lacks the jack-of-all-trades nature, where the others trade cargo capacity for firepower or speed. The Hull A is 100% on-mission transport. Additionally, Hull A and B are often used for station-to-orbit ferries. Basically, what that means is this ship is often used for station-to-planet, just taking cargo from A to B. And yeah, no, it's okay. I mean, this, though, is a good dedicated trader ship. So yeah, I'd recommend this. Hull A. Well, the MISC Hull A. Right, so now we move on to a more advanced series of ships, and what better ship to start that off in the trade series than the Freelancer. So this is the standard Freelancer, and I'll read what it says here. Well, this is a mercantile vessel, but yeah, let's get what it says. Freelancers are often used as long-haul merchant ships by major corporations, but they are just as frequently repurposed as dedicated exploration vessels by independent captains who want to operate on the fringes of the galaxy. Basically, this is a more advanced, more modular, I'd say, ship in, like, you know, your whole trade lineup. So maybe if you had one of the following ships, this would be the next ship you buy, or if you have the money to buy it now with real money, you can go right ahead and do that. I'd recommend the Freelancer because it packs a serious punch. It's real tanky too for what it is. I mean, it's got a good amount of armor on it, and it can carry a decent amount of cargo. So yeah, not much to say on the standard Freelancer, but the next one coming up is a lot more bang for your buck if you're looking to make more money. Right, so now we move on to the Freelancer Max. The Freelancer Max is all about the cargo. It's all about making that credits. So let's hear what it says about this ship. Freelancer variant with additional cargo capacity at the expense of weapons. The Freelancer Max variant sacrifices weaponry for the increased cargo capacity, making it ideal for equipment or raw material transport. So basically, if I was going a bit fast for you guys there, I do apologize. But basically, this ship is an overall better trader than the last one. It's not designed to fight. Like the last one is designed to be able to take on pirates and stuff like that. As you saw in the trailer I played before I started talking about these ships. But yeah, no, this is a better ship for trade, the Freelancer Max. So if you're looking to get more, like say if you're a medium trader, not a novice trader, this is going to be more for you. So yeah, I'd say work towards this one, or you can buy it with real money. It's completely down to you. Alright, now we move on to one of my favorites in this lineup here. This is the Constellation Taurus. So basically this ship, the way I see it is, it's more like the Millennium Falcon than all the ships that came before it. It's sort of like on the fringe of beginner and more like sort of medium level of requirement to this ship, I'd say. So yeah, no, this is a good medium level ship in terms of like, you know, the knowledge of trade and how it works required to fly it, basically, and make it work for you. But yeah, this is the Constellation Taurus, and let's hear what it says. Enjoy the adventure of multi-crew constellations on a budget. The Constellation Taurus is a dedicated freighter, fully configurable, but without all the bells and whistles. The Taurus is a great way to get started with crewed ships. Basically, what that means is this is your open door into multi-crew vessels and that sort of stuff. It has a maximum crew of 4 and a 243 cargo capacity. But the thing is, you gotta remember about this ship is, it's a constellation, which means it's really good at things like smuggling. You can put extra compartments in there for, like, you know, get rid of a spare fuel tank and put a secret room in there, you know, like a secret box to hide stuff for smuggling and all sorts of stuff. So this would be one of the smuggler choice vessels. Constellation Taurus. Very fun ship indeed. Alright, let's move on to the Hull B. So the Hull B is more all about the cargo. This is like, you know, it's a medium level difficulty ship is what I would call it. And what I mean by this difficulty gauge thing is in the beginning with your starter ships and stuff, they're designed to be so you can make a few mistakes while trading and you don't lose too many credits. And you're not making too many credits back on each, you know, successful journey, but you're not exactly losing any each time you fail. So it's a good way to test the waters. Medium level ships, I'd say, are a little bit less forgiving if you make mistakes, and if, you know, like say you lose the ship and the cargo, it's going to be a little bit less forgiving as well there. So let's hear what it says. The Hull B is a more rugged option to the most often compared to the MISC's own Freelancer. But where the Freelancer is equipped for long-range exploration and other roles, the Hull B is pure cargo transport. Hull B are often used as corporate support ships, and it is not uncommon to spot several in different liveries during a single flight. Also, Hull series of ships can do something that the other cargo ships can't, which is they can advertise things, because you can have like these electronic billboards on the side and display different advertisements, and you might be able to get revenue that way. I'm not too sure about how that mechanics for that thing is going to work, the whole billboard thing, but that would be a cool thing to add. I mean, they do have them in the concept artwork, so it would make only sense that you could gain some sort of profit from them. But yeah, Hull B, definitely a good ship if you're looking to dive straight into trading and don't want to mess around. Alright, so this is the Starfarer Gemini. Now this is the military trade vessel, and it looks incredibly menacing, so let's hear about what it says here. The United Empire of Earth military uses an adopted rough and tumble variant of the Starfarer for their frontline operations, the G2M Gemini. More commonly, the Starfarer Gemini, or Star G, trades some cargo capacity and maneuverability in exchange for reinforced armor, increased shielding, more powerful engines, and stronger versions of 3-man turrets. The Gemini also includes an optional missile pod which can be swapped for the fuel intake unit on the ship's nose. See below for more details. Missile pods can be mounted on either Starfarer variant. Right, now let's move on to the standard Starfarer, and this is one that I do like. It can carry a little bit more cargo than its military cousin. But yeah, no, the standard Starfarer is brilliant because it can be used as a fuel ship, as in you can scoop up hydrogen and refine it for, for use and stuff and sell that. So you could literally go around, selling fuel to people. That's awesome. Also, it does have a little bit of cargo space inside it if you do choose to keep the fuel module. So, let's read what it says. The Starfarer differs from the traditional bulk freighters in one key way. It is a dedicated fuel platform. The Starfarer is designed not only to load, store, and protect fuel status units, it is designed to take in spaceborne hydrogen and then refine it for use without landing. The Starfarer can be used to ferry traditional bulk cargo pods, see diagram, but in such cases the fuel refining equipment would be useless. The equipment is modular and can be swapped out for another mission package for dry operations. Basically, you can refine the fuel and all that stuff, but on the inside there is a little bit of room for cargo as well. The reason this is above the others on the list, if you, choose to go with the fuel variant and still keep a little bit of cargo on the inside, is because this thing is awesome. It's a really good ship. It's maneuverable, it's quick for its size, it's got good firepower, decent armor and shields, and can do 2 different types of things that are going to make you money very, very quickly. I mean, with a Starfarer, you're practically printing your own cash if you find a good area for gathering up fuel and selling it. Same with trade. I mean, it's a good vessel. But yeah, moving on to the next ship. Right, now we move on to an evil ship. We move on to the Caterpillar. Dun dun dun! No, I'm kidding. No, the Caterpillar is very commonly got a stigma about it with pirates and stuff. It's a Drake ship, and majority of Drake ships are used in pirate activities. But, funnily enough, the Caterpillar makes for a really good trade vessel. It also is extremely modular, so you can use it for search and rescue, you can use it for salvage, you can use it for just about anything. But yeah, let's read what it says. Drake maintains that the Caterpillar is a sprawling modular spacecraft, which appears at least somewhat like its namesake for legitimate commerce and extended search and rescue missions, but at the end of the day, the Caterpillar is truly the evil twin of the Freelancer. But yeah, Caterpillar is a medium-class vessel is what I call it in terms of difficulty to operate, because you will need crew, and it does hold 5 crew as its max. But yeah, the good thing about this ship is, unlike other Drake ships where if things go wrong you can kiss your butt goodbye, this thing actually has an escape pod, and funnily enough, it's the cockpit module. The entire cockpit section can break away from the rest of the ship in the event of space disaster or being caught by the law, and you can get away. So yeah, I would recommend you the Caterpillar, because say if you do trade and you do get sick of it, you might want to just turn to piracy, in which you want to check out my piracy video. But yeah, I'd recommend the Caterpillar. Have fun with it, folks. It's a good one. Right, now we get on to business with the more into the spectacular trade vessels that can carry literally thousands of cargo. This can carry 4,608 units and has a maximum crew of 3. So yeah, this ship is if there was nothing but crates in the distant post-apocalyptic future where crates try to take over the world, this is the ship that would save the day. It's the Hull C. But yeah, this is an awesome trade vessel if you've got a small organization that wants to make money and you need a trade flagship. Go for a Hull C, because this thing is easy to protect, it can carry a lot of cargo, and it's going to get the job done relatively quickly. So yeah, Hull C is a good one. Let's read what it says. Often called the most common ship in the galaxy, the Hull C, most produced in the range, and considered by many to be the most versatile. Intended to hit the sweet spot between the small single-person transports and the massive super freighters that make up the rest of the range, the Hull C offers the expensive modularity of the larger ships while still retaining the modium of maneuverability allowed by the low-end range. That is the Hull C, guys, and I had to make it sound super cool because it is. I'd highly recommend picking it up if you have a small organization or you're a band of friends and you want to make cash quick. Go for this ship, the Hull C. You can't go wrong. Because you know, when the time comes in a post-apocalyptic future where crates try to take over the galaxy, you'll be the hero in your very own Hull C. Okay, now this is everybody's favorite trade vessel almost. I mean, everybody I've spoken to about this ship is always like, yeah, I love this one, it's the best. And literally everybody cheered when Chris Roberts showed the road ahead on what they were going to do with updates, and this ship popped up, everybody cheered. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a nice ship, I don't mind it, but it's not my favorite. But yeah, it is a damn good looking ship. Right, now let's get on to what it's about. Now this is the Banu Merchantman. The Banu Merchantman is an alien craft. So if this is more the advanced level of trading now, guys, this is the more serious deep water trading, if you get what I mean. So if you want to move on to this ship, it's built by the Banu, so it's filled with alien technology, and it does look pretty gorgeous. It's also a shop. You can sell stuff from this ship. As I was talking about earlier in terms of trade where you sell stuff, this ship is a mobile shop. You can set it up anywhere and you can make buckets load of credits. So yeah, let's read what it says. Banu traders are renowned for their merchant prowess, traveling the space lanes and trading with everyone from humans to the Vandul. Their sturdy, dedicated trading ships are prized beyond all other transports, sometimes passing from generation to generation of Banu. Also, what it doesn't mention there is the fact that the Banu actually use these as warships when the time comes. Their merchantmen double as combat craft. The cool thing about that is the fact that you'll have a trade vessel and a combat vessel in one. The Banu merchantman can carry a whopping 5,000 cargo units, or 5,018 cargo units, and requires 8 persons for a crew. Now, this is a very good trade ship, and it's even better than the crate-fighting apocalyptic Hull C. But yeah, this is a great ship. I'd highly recommend it if you have an organization, or if you're an independent trader and you want to dive into the deep end right away, and you want to spend real money on the game, go with the Banu Merchantman. Whenever this thing pops up for availability, buy it. It's a damn good ship. So yeah. Let's move on to the next one on our list. Alright, let's have a look at the Hull D. Gotta not make any jokes here. I mean, they've kind of made it hard, but yeah, let's continue. The Hull D kicks off the larger end of the spectrum with a massive ship built around a rugged frame. The Hull D is affordable enough to be operated by mid-sized organizations and companies. Hull D often used by flagships for mercantile operations, but their bulk means that they should not be operated without escort fighters while they're not in safe space. The UEE military uses modified Hull D as part of their supply chain, arming and refueling the soldiers on the front line. So this is the Hull D. The Hull D can carry tons of cargo. It can carry 20,736 cargo units and only requires 5 crew. Now, the Hull D is 209 meters long, and it accomplishes that length by extending and unfolding down the shaft. Now, I had to make that joke. Don't look at me like that, folks. Don't stare at me like that. You would have done it too. But yeah, this is the Hull D, and it's a pretty good trade vessel. I mean, well, it's a pretty amazing trade vessel. If it wasn't for the next one up on this list. I mean, you know, if you can afford a Hull D, you might as well save the credits and just skip and go straight to the next one. And I'll tell you what that is right now. Alright, here we go, folks. It's the king of Hulling, the master of trade. You know him, you love him. It's the Hull E. Let's read what it says. The largest specialized freighter available on the market today. The Hull E, generally owned by major corporations and operated with a high degree of planning. The lack of maneuverability inherent in such a large ship means that anyone planning to operate them should be careful about equipping turrets and providing escort. Their potential load and modularity is unparalleled. However, no other ship allows as much room to store goods or to modify towards another role. This is the Hull E. And if you need to transport a small moon in cargo, this is the one to do it with. With only 5 crew members, you can accomplish 98,304 cargo units. This is the king of trade. This is the one you want to use if you have a huge organization and you need a trade flagship to keep those credits flowing. Get a Hull E. If you're not in a big organization, I'd recommend joining one if you have a Hull E, because you might run into a little trouble in the verse. Because all it takes is a cutlass to ruin your day. This ship does not have the maneuver. Think of it like a train. This thing is like a train. You're going to need to plan ahead when driving it, because it's going to stay on the rails, it's got a set destination. You're sure you can fly wherever you want, but the second someone sees one of these things fully loaded, they're immediately going to go, you know, it doesn't have any escorts. You know, I could just let it go past, or I could buy, you know, a couple of Idrises. That would be fun if they capture it. So yeah, I mean, this thing is like a money bank. So I'd recommend keeping this one safe, guys. If you do have one and you don't have an organization, look for people that will defend you. Hell, I mean, you know, contact me. I've got an organization. I will help you keep your cargo safe, because that's what my organization's all about. But yeah. Thank you for watching, folks. This has been a talk about trade, and these are the ships that will help you get there. And I hope I've been clear enough and have mentioned everything there is to about trade. The basic trade mechanics are going to work like this. Each crate will have items inside it, crates can get damaged, and you can take stuff out of the crates. So yeah, basic trading in the game is going to be the backbone of Star Citizen. So if you are in a combat vessel and you're trigger happy, think twice before shooting that trader, because you know, he might just be the guy that supplies you with your bullets and your missiles. Alright folks, you know the drill. Have a nice day, guys. And as always, fly safe, commanders, and I'll see you in the verse.